It looks like the Dallas Mavericks dodged another bullet. As you remember during the trade deadline, there was some chatter over where is Spencer Dinwiddie going to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers, the Dallas Mavericks. Well, ultimately he did decide to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers, but not everything has been sunshine and rainbows in La La Land, and this actually might put the Mavericks in a good position. How's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news and everything Mavericks related. And before we get into today's video, 86.4% of you guys watching are not subscribed. We're dropping videos back to back, left, right, front, and center. We're bringing you all the content, all the news, covering everything Mavericks related. We're also on the road to 5K subs. Once we reach 5K subs, we're going to start going live, do live watch-alongs for every Mavericks game, give you my live commentary, play-by-play. In case you can't watch the games, you can watch me watch the games for you. But let's get into today's video where we're talking about Spencer Dinwiddie. And if you remember during the trade deadline, he was traded from the Nets to the Raptors, where the Raptors eventually waived him. And he was in the buyout market. And the Mavericks, we made some moves. We got Daniel Gafford. We got rid of Grant Williams. We got PJ Washington. We bolstered the roster, but we still had one spot left. And a lot of fans were like, we're pretty good. We don't really need to add an extra person. While some people are like, well, it wouldn't hurt to just have someone for an insurance policy, just another body out there to help the team. And obviously Spencer Dinwiddie being a very good option at the time, where he played his best brand of basketball in Dallas. It was a no-brainer that he was someone that we may want to reunite with, maybe try to bring home the good feels as we saw with Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie in the past. You know, it worked before, maybe it could work again with his roster, especially since we have Kyrie Irving. But as we saw, you know, Mark Cuban tried to do a little recruiting, and so did Rob Pelinka, where Spencer Dinwiddie chose to go with the Lakers. And in the first 5 games, it hasn't really been all that great for him. As we can see here, the first game he played about 23 minutes, only 3 points and 2 assists. 24 minutes in the second game with 0 points and 1 assist. He was 0 of 6 from the field. In his third game, only 18 minutes, had 5 points, 3 assists. The fourth game, he had 28 minutes, 10 points, 4 assists. In the fifth game, he had 31 minutes played with only 6 points and 7 assists. And for someone who's playing those heavy of minutes, not really the production that you'd want from a ball handler. And I'm trying to see what that would look like for this Dallas Mavericks team, as we have Luka Doncic, where we have Kyrie Irving as ball handlers, and just now we have Dante Exum back from injury as another ball handler. Where would Spencer Dinwiddie even fit with this team? Would it even make sense? Would he even get these type of minutes? These are heavy rotation, even starter minutes. I mean, Josh Green played about 28 minutes the other day. So I don't really think that's something that we can give to someone like Spencer Dinwiddie, especially if that's how he's going to produce. So I think in hindsight, we made the right decision of just not giving Spencer Dinwiddie, or not, maybe not giving, because we did try to give him a contract, but maybe we dodged a bullet with him not choosing to sign with the Dallas Mavericks. Hindsight's 2020. You never know what you got until things happen. But as of late, Spencer Dinwiddie's been kind of playing a little bit better. The Lakers are on a 2-game win streak. And what does that mean for the Dallas Mavericks? Well, after our loss to the Boston Celtics the other night, the Mavericks are currently in the 8th seed, which puts us in the play-in picture, where we would have to play against, if the playoffs started now, we'd have to play the Kings, and let's say we lose to the Kings, we would have to play the winner of the Warriors and Lakers. The Warriors, even though they're on a 3-game win streak, I think they've won like the last, 15 out of 18 games, but they're still in the 9th seed. If we have to see the Lakers or Warriors, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of worried. In a 7-game series, I'm taking the Mavericks all day, every day. I think we're a much better playoff team than we are a regular season team, and I know that might sound weird, but come playoff time, this team knows how to just bolster the roster. We know how to hunker down and really just play our best brand of basketball. But in a one-and-done type situation, if we can't beat the Kings, who are a really good squad, we'd have to play either the Lakers or the Warriors. And between those two teams, I'd much rather see the Warriors, because they have Steph Curry, who Steph is still Steph. They got Draymond, they got Klay Thompson, they got that rookie Podzemski. That's how you pronounce his name. I do apologize. They have a pretty good roster, but I do think that the Dallas Mavericks are a much better team than the Warriors. So in a 1-and-1 deal where you got to win one to move on to the playoffs, I'd much rather see the Warriors. The Lakers, however, no matter their record, it doesn't matter if they're the 10th seed. I want to say they were also in the play-in picture last season, and they made it to the conference finals against the Nuggets. LeBron James is still a great player, arguably the best player in basketball right now and has been for some time. Anthony Davis is actually playing a lot better this season. He's played more. I think he's on pace to play more games this season than the last season. I haven't checked. Someone fact check me on that. I'm pretty sure he's played a lot of good games this season. I haven't heard a lot of things about him being out and missing games. They have Austin Reeves. They have Rui Hachimura. They have Spencer Dinwiddie, who, like I said, the first 5 games was not playing well for him at all. The Dallas Mavericks looked like we were just a better option for Spencer, because obviously he's played his best brand of basketball with the team. But he chose to go with the Lakers, and hindsight's like, you know what? Maybe we dodged the bullet. Maybe it was okay that he didn't join the roster, and he can go over there in Los Angeles and just think it up over there, taking ill-advised shots, deep threes. I saw a highlight reel where he was just taking quick shots in the early shot clock, bad shots early in the shot clock, just off the backboard, just air balls. It was just horrible, which we don't need that. We already got that in Tim Hardaway Jr. We don't need that in Spencer Dinwiddie. So if that's the way that he wants to play, you can definitely play that way for the Lakers and not for the Dallas Mavericks. But like I said, the Lakers are on a 2-game win streak. I don't think they're going to really move up. I don't think in the next 22 games that we have that there's going to be any real shakeup between the 9th and 10th seed or even the 8th seed. I don't think we're going to move down or move up. But if the playoffs started now, and let's say we can't beat the Kings, the Lakers are a team that we may have to see. LeBron James still LeBron James. Like I said, the team is pretty deadly come playoff time. Don't count them out. So it's going to take a lot for us to just move forward from these last few games where we won against the Raptors, but we lost against the Celtics. And then tomorrow we see Philadelphia, and even though they don't have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris are still a really good duo, and every game counts. Every game counts going forward to try to get a good spot, maybe the 7th seed. I'd much rather the 6th seed, the 5th seed if we can just win every game, which is not to be expected. But with this Dallas Mavericks squad and the playoffs just right around the corner, we got to just focus on what's in front of us. We can't get too hung up on what happened last night or what happened 2 games ago. It's all about right now. How can we improve game after game, night after night, and just enjoy the fact that we don't have more problems on the squad outside of Jason Kidd's rotations and his lineups, and then Tim Hardaway Jr. being an up and down player where he did have a great first half of the season, and it just seems to fall off now. But the playoffs are something that we do want to keep in mind and something that we do want to focus on. And even though I mentioned Spencer Dinwiddie being the bullet that we dodged, let's talk about the player that we do have who I think is a much better option just as far as the fit goes for the Dallas Mavericks, and that's Dante Exum. Played about 34 games this season. He's averaging 8.9 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.9 assists, shooting 56% from the floor. Love to see that. 47% from 3. That's great. 72% from the free throw line. Not too bad right there. Great shooting splits. He has a good effective field goal percentage at 63%, which is much higher than his career average. He's really having just a breakout season. I don't think Dante Exum gets enough credit for just being, first of all, being a good acquisition from Nico Harrison. So shout out to the front office. But then also just being that third string ball handler for the second unit, so we don't have to play Luka or Kyrie with the bench squad. We can let Dante do that, play with Tim Hardaway, play with Derrick Jones Jr. and those other guys who should be getting more minutes. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're just talking about Dante Exum and just how great he's been for us. Glad that he's back from injury. First 2 games, not a whole lot of production, but we know what he's capable of. He is a longer guard, so he can definitely play great defense as well. But we know that when he's left alone, he can get that shot off where you got to respect him as a shooter, because shooters shoot, and Dante Exum knows how to knock them down. So, in conclusion, we dodged a bullet. We don't got Spencer Dinwiddie, but we got Tim Hardaway Jr., and I don't want to harp on that too much, but we've got our own problems that we need to figure out. We got our own issues that we need to iron out come playoff time, because a lot of the problems that we've been having won't fly come playoff time. Come the postseason, we got to fix a lot of these issues. And honestly, we can't make any trades right now. We can't trade for players. Firing, Coach Kidd wouldn't really help us, because I doubt anybody else could come in and have a strong enough impact for the remainder of the season. So right now, we got to ride with the boys. We got to trust Jason Kidd. We got to trust the roster, trust Luka, trust Kyrie. Trust is the key word. For the remainder of this season, we need to trust everybody to just know what they're doing, to play their best brand of basketball, to do their best at coaching for these guys. Come all season, we can reflect and really make those adjustments. We can voice our concerns then, but I think right now the best course of action is just to focus on what we can control, and that's night after night, play our brand of basketball, improve on what we can improve, try to get the wins, stay in the playoff picture, and just do our best. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for making this far into the video. Make sure you comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Check out the link in the description below for our Discord. I'm always active there. We got a game against the Sixers tomorrow. Like I said earlier, they don't have Joel Embiid, but Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, that is a pretty good duo. But I don't think it's too much for the Dallas Mavericks. I think we could definitely walk away with a dub. But until next time, y'all take care. I'll see you later. Peace.